welcome to Homistics. My name is Tutu Westerhoff and I created this channel to have a place to express myself and give you some tips and some advice on creating a home that supports you in your everyday life. Today I want us to talk about breaking free from the scarcity mindset and how it can affect the way that we run our homes. Now, I'm not going to give you any advice on being wealthy, being rich, and making millions because I don't know how to do that. I have no advice on that. That is not my area of expertise. What I can do is to give you some advice on creating an environment that will help you to thrive, to have a peace of mind, and the support that you need whilst working towards your financial growth. And if you're not careful, if you don't know how to set up your home right, you might not get there. Okay. The reason why I decided to touch on this topic is because I noticed that so many people are struggling with the same problem, one that they're not even aware that they have. Scarcity mindset is born out of fear, the fear of not having enough, fear of losing what you have, fear of missing out on things. The people who have that mindset are constantly worried and they're constantly in lack. They worry about running out of money, out of time, out of opportunities or other resources. And this gets them to worry chronically and fear for the future. This fear can lead to behaviors like overbuying, hoarding, and not being able to share or let go of things. It is that mindset, that focusing on lack rather than abundance, or let's say what we don't have rather than what we have, that gets people very scared at times. Studies have shown that people that have this kind of problem are usually people who have experienced some kind of trauma in their life, such as abuse or neglect or some great loss. They're more likely to develop a scarcity mindset as a coping mechanism for all the things that they experience. Another example of people that struggle with scarcity mindset are families who immigrate from one country to another, and that's like a large group of people. These are people trying to survive in systems that they're not accustomed to, in systems that most likely give preference to other people. And some immigrants tell horrible stories of going to other countries as refugees who escaped from oppressive regimes where there's war, where they're being treated badly, and they escape from these countries with little or no money at all, nothing at all, and have to work odd jobs to make ends meet. And sometimes they barely even speak the language, you don't know the culture, and things are shitty anyway. Oops, sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube, I'm sorry. But they still have to find ways to provide for themselves and their families. Every penny counts, and there's no money to spend on luxurious items, no non-essentials. So it becomes rooted in them to hoard everything because they had already lost everything at one point. So that's like what they know, and they're programmed to prepare for the future. And what happens is, although these people sacrifice everything for their children, they also pass this scarcity mindset to them. So there are a lot of people walking around who have this mindset. They're not even aware of it because they might not even be living in a scarce situation currently, but they have that mindset still installed in them. So you find people that have never had to endure the same struggles their parents had to go through as grown-ups, but still show similar signs of scarcity mindset. And this mindset makes it hard to see things go to waste. These are the typical hoarders. They're always open to take hand-me-downs, even items that are broken, faulty or unusable things. If they see something, like when people throw things out in the street, they would take it, bring it home right away, because they're not able to see things go to waste. They will take it because they know what it is like not to have enough. Maybe as children, they heard their parents always saying, oh, times are hard, we have to, and they see their parents struggle, and they still have that in them. Every screw, every pen, whether it's the rights or not, every chipped bowl or container is kept just in case they might need it someday. Again, that is fine if it does not affect you mentally, if it does not affect you emotionally or your social life, and most importantly, your health. But a lot of times it actually does. Scarcity mindset can even influence our financial decisions too, leading us to, makes us sometimes overspend, and you just slide into this financial instability because you keep on, we find ourselves buying things we don't need just because we're afraid they might not be available in the future. So each time they have money, they go out and buy stuff. And most of the times it is stuff that they don't necessarily need at that particular moment. So what is actually happening is that they start to believe that the things that they own, the things that they buy, are safety. They are what will save them from rainy days. They keep on buying. Money no longer serves as safety. Why? Because it always seems to go away fast. It always flows away. It never stays. They can't rely on it. We can't rely on it. Who knows when we get something the next time? Who knows when there's going to be a job again? So the trust in money no longer exists. It's our stuff that has become our safety, our comfort. And a lot of companies know that, and they take advantage of the scarcity mindset. That is what they get rich of, right? They use it to keep people feeling that they need to buy stuff and keep them safe for the future, because that's what they believe. They make you think that if you don't buy the item right away, it's going to be gone when you come back. Okay, they only put like maybe 3 or 4 of them in the store, so you think, oh, they only need 1 or 2, I'll just hurry up and get one real fast. They intentionally offer these items at certain times of the year because they know that we're going to miss them, like these gym stuffs and exercise stuff, when they know people have made the resolutions and it's January. That's when they come up with these things at really cheap prices at that moment, and we know that if we don't buy it then, it's going to be maybe expensive if we go to another store and things like that. They make prices you cannot resist, sale, buy one get one free, limited stock, and they do it aiming towards people who have little money. Okay, and this makes the scarcity mindset even worse. And the more you fear, the more you buy impulsively. And you know what? The more you buy, the less money you have. And the less money you have, the more you increase the fear. It is a very tricky, dangerous, and difficult cycle to break. This is what you call the scarcity cycle. It is a vicious cycle that starts with the fear of not having enough. This fear leads to overbuying, unnecessary purchasing, and eventually a home full of stuff you don't use or need, or keeping tucked underway somewhere for another day. Some things even expire because of that. And this leads to clutter. Clutter. The clutter creates stress and anxiety, and the cycle continues. It is a trap that's hard to escape from. It's terrible because really the aim is to provide for our families. And now our stuff, is becoming what we consider safety. We have lost trust in money, so we replace it with things that have no value. Don't get me wrong, there are things that we have in our homes that help us in emergencies and difficult situations. But you know what? Having those things lying around are not going to help you to pay bills. They're not going to help you when some certain emergencies come up. When your light bills comes in, those things that you spent your money on already, they're not going to pay the bills. They're not going to save you if you have to buy certain medication and you have all this stuff in your home that they don't need at that particular moment. Those things are only creating clutter, which is adding fuel onto the problem. It can also affect our relationships as we may become overly possessive or attached to things, fearing that we might lose what we have. This mindset has a very negative impact on our lives, okay? It can lead to stress, anxiety, and even depression, creating clutter in our homes and in our minds. Breaking free from scarcity mindset is possible, okay? We just need to acknowledge the fear. The first step is breaking the scarcity cycle and acknowledging the fear and understanding that it is okay not to have everything. Then we need to practice mindfulness. Be mindful of your thoughts and your feelings. Notice when you're slipping into scarcity thinking, and try to shift your focus to abundance instead. Prioritize your needs over your wants. This can help prevent unnecessary purchase and help you to focus on what truly matters. Kitchen gadgets are like the worst. Fitness gadgets, beauty appliances or tools, those things can easily lead you into that mindset. Things that you don't really need. Practice gratitude because it can help you shift the focus from what you lack to what you have. And most importantly, declutter regularly. Regular decluttering can break the cycle of overbuying and hoarding, because once you start creating space and you see the benefits that you can have from that space, you start being more mindful, or you should start becoming mindful of what you purchase and what you bring into your home. Okay? And then once you start noticing the extra money lying in your bank account, you will thank me later. That's all for today, lovelies. Remember, the first step to breaking the scarcity cycle is awareness. Awareness, acknowledge the fear, and then you face it. Thanks for watching, and remember, an organized home is a happy home. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Stay positive and keep on growing.